Hello! Hello! This was touch and go, wasn't it? I'd first like to thank the people who made this happen. Firstly, our planners, Iliana and Athena. You've honestly made this process so easy and stress-free. We couldn't have had a better duo making our, aka Daisy's, dream a reality. So if anyone's ever planning a Greek wedding during a global pandemic, we've got the gals for you. To Graham and Alex, we know you will have captured the day perfectly. Thank you in advance for adding the filter that removes sunburn. And Mike, thanks in advance for all the disco that we'll be playing tonight, or has already been playing. Thank you. To our best people, you guys most definitely live up to the name. Danny, Chaz, Breeze, thank you for looking after my girl. Ali, your re-exchange, exquisite. Sam, wow, what a talent. Have you ever considered doing radio? Callum, you put the most charming in MC. Dave. I left this blank depending on how your speech turned out. That's all I've got to say. But honestly, thank you all. We're so lucky to have you in our lives, and you each have one favour you can cash in at any time from us. To the Trinder tribe. From the moment we met, and Dan and Anne scrambled to get in the first hug with me, I knew I wouldn't need to worry whether or not I was accepted into your clan. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Dan, without you, we wouldn't be here today. Thank you for all you've done for Days and Di, without you, I wouldn't have this incredible woman next to me. Daisy is a true testament to you. You've raised the most passionate, strong-willed, caring woman I've ever met, and I can't believe I can say that I now have the privilege of being married to her. I promise to look after her and look out for her as you've done her whole life and will continue to do. What's that?
You better, because Auntie Anna love you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you can touch me. Mom, Dad, thank you for raising the absolute legend you see here. I wrote and rewrote this part countless times because I'm finding it impossible to express how thankful I am for you. Your love and support has made me who I am today, and I hope you're as proud of having me as your son as I am having you as my parents. Yeah. You're my absolute heroes, and if my child shares even a slither of that pride, I will call my life a success. Now, to the woman sat beside me. The woman who, without her unfathomable project management talents, we wouldn't be sat here today having this incredible day in this incredible place. Who poured her heart and soul into making this absolutely perfect. And I'll be the first one to say she's 100% achieved that. My amazing wife. What do I say to the woman who's already given me more than I'll ever need? I guess, following on from the gratitude I've already shared to everyone here today, the thing I should start off by saying is, thank you. Thank you for the love you give me. Thank you for your time and patience. I can imagine being with me isn't the 24/7 laughter fest I think it is. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for being the greatest friend, girlfriend, and fiancé in the world. And thank you for waiting all those years before you gave into your blatant feelings for me. As I'm sure you're all aware, it took me a good 5 or so years to get this one to give in. But hand on heart, and apologies for spoilers at this stage, she's worth the wait. Daisy and I met at Reading University. I think there's another bird coming, so. Okay. I still remember the day I first saw her. It was early on in our course, and we were all gathered in the atrium, awkwardly making small talk with people we were going to spend the next 3 years of our life with. Then, just like Moses and the Red Sea, the people parted, and there she was. What I did know... Oh wait, hang on. Oh, I've lost this. Hang on. No, sorry. Stood at the other end of the room. She was the most gorgeous thing I'd ever seen. This little pint-sized brunette. Quickly, we rushed into the lecture room, and before I knew it, she was gone. Literally, she was gone. From that point on, I never saw her. Perhaps she was a mirage, or a figment of my imagination. But days passed, months passed. Where was she? I didn't know. What I did know, however, in this ever-connected world, was that I could find her another way. Facebook. And so onwards I rode, past the halls of dignity, into the realms of Stalkersville, and I found her. Daisy and something. Did I add her? Well, what's 3 letters and rhymes with yes? Weeks later, I was in Reading's finest establishment, the Student Union. There I had met up with 2 of my other friends, one a street-talking brute named Glenn, the other an Eastwood-esque cowboy I called Snake. Otherwise known as Glenn's Vodka and Snakebite. But there she was, looking muy caliente, and what's more, she was coming right for me. I quickly had another word with Glenn and Snake, because you need your friends to prepare yourself for these situations. And I remember the first word she said to me. She comes up to me, a vision, and says, "Are you the one that added me on Facebook?" Why, yes. I replied, valiantly, coolly. Granted, the conversation that followed isn't one I completely remember, but I'm 100% I nailed it. 1 point to Peter. I remember the first time she kissed me. A few months after Facebook Day, and a group of us had gathered at Reading's second finest establishment, Park Bar. After an evening of chit-chat, I realised not only was she otherworldly to look at, but she was an absolute treasure to speak with. The night came to an end too soon, but at the fork where we would part ways and head to our own residence, Daisy did not fork. Daisy came to my house. I enter my room. I walk in. The light goes off. I freeze. This is what happens in movies, I thought. Granted, of the romance or horror genre, for all I knew, she could have taken an axe to my head and disposed of me in a nearby bin, but she didn't. She slowly comes up to me, kisses me, and then, like the moment I first saw her, she disappears. She ran off, leaving me in the room in the dark with the murderers. It was one of the greatest moments of my life. I remember the first time I told her I was in love with her. Months after Kissgate, we were outside Reading's third finest establishment, a Visa. I've been having conversations all night with my friends Jack and Morgan, Jack Daniels, and the nautical Captain Morgan, of course. I decided to leave the conversation following a disagreement with Jack of the "my stomach doesn't feel right" variety. Lo and behold, Daisy was outside. And we got chatting. I thought back to all the times I thought about her. She was like no one I'd ever met before, and there was something about her. Something had switched. Well, I think I'm in love with you. I think that's it. Perhaps not verbatim, but that was the intention, akin to a romantic monologue from a Mr. Darcy or Patrick Swayze-esque character. She laughed. Didn't believe me. I ended up walking her home while piecing together the epic odyssey of words I could have said, but didn't have the capacity or brain power to say at the time. By now you may have noticed the pattern in these 3 encounters. The first is, of course, that I excelled in all 3. The second is that it took me a few tipples of headache sauce before I had the courage to say a few words to her. A little Dutch courage, if you will. I never had the bravery to tell her how I felt, or tell her how I wanted to spend every minute with her, or tell her that within those early months, I knew she was the one for me. Well, hopefully a day will come around where I can tell her how I truly feel. A day where you can just lay it all out. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Back to our timeline. We now come to the period we can aptly refer to as COVID-18. The will they, won't they? The should they, shouldn't they? The did I say something worthy of a personal lockdown where I'll never show my face again unless it's 20 feet away from anyone and behind a mask? Well, long story short, they would, they did, and they most definitely should. Daisy, and then that's something, Trinder became my girlfriend. So what can I tell you about being with Daisy Trinder? I thought to avoid being too cliche, I would answer the question with similes and metaphors I don't think will have ever been used in a Groom speech. Being with Daisy Trinder is like being Hannibal after crossing the Alps in 218 BC. Epic and strategically brilliant. What a smart move it was to fall in love with a woman who brings you as much joy and happiness day in, day out as she does. A woman who brings out the best in you, makes you want to be a better person, a more caring person, a more loving person. How tactically sound it was to fall in love with this person who's so strong, kind, passionate, and brilliant. Being with Daisy Trinder is like IKEA. The older you get, the more you love it. It has everything you will ever need and more. Every day you discover something new, something exciting, something that makes you love it more and more. It could be her big brown eyes or her love for a midnight snack. It could be her intelligence or the way she rolls over to your side to cuddle up to you at night before you go to sleep, even when she's 1,000 degrees. Being with Daisy Trinder is like a password with a capital letter, numbers, special characters, and two-factor authentication. It makes you feel secure. It makes you feel like you're home. She's got your back and you've got hers. You get to a point in life where you're ready to take on the world, and sure as anything, she's there to take it on with you. Ultimately, being with Daisy Trinder is like our homemade pizza. The Sherwood-King, as it's referred to at our home. It's the best. It's the pinnacle of life. The work you put in together has led to a life where you feel like you've accomplished something. You're an unbreakable partnership and the perfect team. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if being with Daisy Sherwood-King is even a fraction as amazing as being with Daisy Trinder, then I'm a lucky guy. Days, I can't wait to spend my life with you. With every little fibre of me, I love you. So please, would you all join me in raising a glass to my knockout wife? To Daisy.
To Daisy.